Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dear Dana. I am sorry for the delay. I was not feeling very good for a moment. Did not want to come on here and have to run off the screen. My stomach is a little upset. Anyway, you don't want to hear about that. That's what we all have to deal with sometimes. But anyway, I'm so very happy that you are here. Hello, Shelley Marie. Hello, not paid by anyone, and Vintage Optimism, Santivia Major, Willow, and who else is here? Monica Hall. Thank you all for putting up with the delay and being here. Again, my apologies. I just needed to make sure I could sit in the seat and be here for a little bit. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. It is October. And as promised, I promised that we would start dealing with supernatural stuff. Hello, Marie Crumbacher. Hello, everyone. And today is JC Bear's birthday. He will not be here today because his friends. Hello, Miriam. Are you on your trip? Are you having fun? JC Bear is out with friends celebrating. I hope he's having a good time. So he's doing a bunch of yummy stuff. I love when JC Bear starts talking about food and stuff. I swear he reminds me of a grown Winnie the Pooh when he starts talking about some of the foods he loves. Oh, you're doing laundry right now. I don't know why I thought you were already on your trip right now. I don't know why I thought you were already traveling right now. I'm sorry. I thought you were already on your way, Miriam. But I know you're going to have fun and blast when you leave. I'm so happy to see everyone here. And tonight's topics. We're in Halloween month. Woo-hoo. I decided to talk about going to react to spirit boxes. I don't know if any of you know what they are. And we're going to talk about ghost versus spirits. It sounds like we're in a prize match. Yeah? Like we're betting at a fight. Hopefully I won't sound like I'm drunk tonight. If I do, just slap me across the screen. I swear I haven't been drinking. It's just MS Blubs. So forgive me. Happy birthday, JC Bear. He is 19 years old. Yeah, aren't we all 19 years old? I don't know if I'd want to go back to 19 years old. Do you? Maybe for a day or two? Yeah, some YouTube videos on spirit boxes. Now, I know Huff Paranormal. I've been watching that guy with spirit boxes for years and how he has gone across the years and made his more, I don't want to say complicated, but he has increased his capability. Hello, Robin Johnson, to tweak them and make them better over the years because he's dedicated, I know, over a decade or more of his life trying to communicate to the other side. Now, I trust that he has really dedicated himself. Some of the others, I'm more scrupulous about. Scrupulous. Some of the others, I feel like may or may not be pulling your leg about whether they're really trying to communicate with the other side. Honestly. Some of the others may be trying to take shortcuts or just trying to pull a fast one to make us believe that. You use your own judgment. But before I forget, let me go ahead and throw up my intro. And again, welcome to Dear Dana. Please like, subscribe, and share. I often forget that, and JC Bear is often my reminder. So, again, welcome. And here we go. Okay, how many of you, I know someone just said that prior to the show, they were checking out spirit boxes. How many of you know what one is? Like the real deal setup. How many of you have either watched it or used one? A spirit box, okay, we all know that I have talked about, we'll talk about the difference between spirit and ghost, and we'll talk about our experiences later, but a spirit, we know, is someone that has crossed over to the other side. They've legit crossed over to the other side, and it may be a loved one of ours that has crossed over that may connect with us. That's a spirit, maybe our loved one. A ghost typically is someone whose energy is stuck here. Let's say they're grounded, for lack of better. They got grounded and never made it home. They're in earth jail, for lack of better. They're in earth jail. They didn't make it to the light. Whether they didn't see the light and didn't jump in, they have something they haven't finished here, they got confused. Hey, Diana. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your drive-by. But, like a ghost might be someone that's earthbound for whatever reason. Yeah, earthbound spirit. So the spirit got lucky and they moved on. And the ghost is stuck here for whatever reason. That's the difference. So with a spirit box, people, hello Renee Rod. Hey Renee. People want to try to contact, hey Jessica T, please. Try to connect with their loved ones. And they want it more than just through a medium or just through hearing them through their inner voice or through dreams or what have you. They might try someone that has a spirit box or try to mess with it themselves. Hey, Santivia. So they will try to navigate, because spirits often are able to navigate energy much easier. They don't have a mouth or voice box. So with a spirit box, it usually uses the airwaves or radio waves, for lack of better. And it'll use radio waves from different radio stations or tower stations that are just passing through at different speeds. And a lot of times it'll use those backwards. And you might think, well, I'm going to hear a lot of garble. It doesn't matter about the garble. If there's a spiritual connection, from what I understand, it'll take the bits and pieces and be able to accumulate them like a puzzle to make a word or a sentence. Sort of like Scrabble, for lack of better. So it's able to manipulate those sounds to communicate, to say what they want to say. Does that make sense? So they're able to manipulate those radio waves and sounds to be able to speak. Is that making sense to everyone? Or have I just kind of gone over everybody's head? Um, they can look in different ways. You can have a spirit box app on your phone. But let me say this, you can have an app on your phone all day long, but if you're not like truly connected in a spiritual way, and it's a real app. If it's not a toy app that's just going to throw any word at you, if it's a real app and you're not truly connected, it can throw anything at you. If you're connected spiritually, they will be able to throw some sentence or word that makes sense to you. It's not about just saying, oh, they threw the word swing set to me. Oh, yeah, I remember when we had a swing set. No, you can't like try to make it make sense to you. We can make anything make sense to us if we want to. We can twist anything to make sense if we want to. Let me show you this guy, Huff, that I was talking about. And I'll break up the video in bits and pieces because I don't want to get, you know, him to copyright me or whatever. But I trust this guy, and he has, although he has tried to speak to Gabby Petito, I think it's too early. And out of respect, I don't want to try to comment on that one. Vintage says, wait, is it okay to communicate with shadow peeps? To be honest with you, unless you have to communicate with shadow peeps to get them out of your house, I would say don't. Unless you, why would you want to? Unless you're just wanting to get them out of your house. Okay. It's on TV at Major. Let me pull up her thing. Told you there's a lot of people that equally makes sense. Why I can see ghosts, but I can see talk to hear spirits in my dreams or the wind. Yes, in your dreams and your wind, that's a good thing. And it's on TV. When do you typically see ghosts? Sometimes ghosts just want a little help to get to the other side. Yes, sometimes spirit box has a white noise frequency. Oftentimes they do. But if you have a good one, you don't often have to hear all of that noise. That noise drives me crazy. If you have a cleaner version, you don't have to hear the noise. So I'm going to share with you. See, if you can hear them and talk to them, you are a medium. You just don't know it yet. Here is one I want to share with you. Let me knock off this. Everybody ready now? Okay, Steve Huff is the one that I've told you that studied them for years. Now, he developed an app. He developed an app, but he's always advancing things. But he also has this thing that plays it bigger and louder and cleaner, which I wouldn't mind having the thing he hooks it to, which I don't. But I mean, usually I do it the old-fashioned way. connect to me. But here you go. Everybody pay attention, please. Like I said, I'm going to have to break it up because I don't want to get in trouble with him. Although I don't know that he would mind. But still, share audio. This is with Robin Williams. You all remember who Robin Williams is, yes? The actor Robin Williams. I'm going to come back and forth so we can talk about it. Can you all see this? Everybody see it? Can everybody see it? I'm about to play it.
Years ago, right after you passed, that video has
Can you
millions
hear
of
it?
views. I was using a simple radio when I heard your voice come in.
Hey, Shelly.
Do you have any more messages from the other side? How are you? Turn this up a little bit. I feel a little connection to Robin. I think you're coming in. Thank you. The world misses you. The world still loves you. You are very loved, Robin. Do you have a message for your family? I hear you. Now, I see Robin. This happens on rare occasion with these sessions. He's standing to my left, facing the box. He's holding out his hand. He's showing me a vision of his physical self wearing a burgundy shiny shirt, buttoned. He's got one button undone, or two. You got a black belt on, black pants or dark pants. They might be gray. You have glasses. They're kind of square. Are you showing me this? I can see you. Try to talk clearly. Let's stay calm. I feel your energy. You were not a believer in the afterlife, but you do now. You believe now. Do you have any messages at all? What is in your hand? I can't see it clearly. Can you tell me what's in your hand right now? What else would you like to say? I feel your energy. You're walking around. You're behind me, behind my right shoulder. You put your left hand on my shoulder. I see you. I feel you. Your left hand's on my right shoulder, and you're putting your right hand on the crystal over mine. Oh, wow. I feel this so strongly. Come on through. Robin, your energy is strong. Wow.
Okay, that's a little, we'll do some more, but that's a little example of how it happens. Now, in that particular one, he wanted to be able to use the tone of his voice. So he had plugged in an interview with Robin and two men and played it backwards. Now, mind you, the interview had the two men going backwards at the same time, along with Robin. So it was also pulling the other guys' voices. But the sounds were backwards. But you notice the sounds came out frontwards with words to Steve. It gets confusing. Hello, Arseny. So let me pull another one that you can see. Now, out of all of the ones that I have seen, there's only two so far online that I trust. I trust Steve Huff the most. Let me go to another one. Let me go to one that he's done of John Benet Ramsey and take a tiny piece of it. I know all of you remember her. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find her really quick. Okay, I'll go to John Benet really quick. Okay, I'm going to share. Everyone listen to this. Steve Huff. Huff. Here's John Benet Ramsey. If it'll, oh, here it goes.
When you were here on earth in your body, I know you're better now, you said. You're in heaven. Do you remember who killed you? Who is it? Who was the person who did that to you? Hate her. Did that person kill you in the basement? Much love to you, Joan Benet. You've mentioned a her. I thank you for coming in. You've been such a courageous, strong spirit. I thank you. Talking now. You are so good. You connect so amazing. You're back. I come with love, you know that. Now, you've told me, you've mentioned a her, you hate her, you mentioned he lied. Was there more than one person involved in your death, John Benet? John Benet, we're trying to see if we can figure out what happened to you by talking to your spirit. Again, we're looking to reach the spirit of John Benet Ramsey to see if we can uncover some answers of this mystery. This is not something I normally do, but with this new device and the clarity and the directness when we connect, I think it could be pretty amazing. You're a very special spirit, okay?
Just 4 months ago, the Ramseys were members of Boulder's social elite. John Ramsey, the self-made millionaire.
Such a mystery even to this day, all these years later. Do you want to talk tonight? Love your light. I love your light too. I can feel your light. We were talking about your murder. It's such a mystery even to this day, all these years later. So many people wonder what happened to you and who killed you at such a young age. You've told me you were hit with a bottle in the face, in the nose, in the head. You said he lied and you hate her. You said quite a few things, John Benet.
about people accuse you of dressing her up like a little adult. Was there any inappropriate behavior going on?
Absolutely not.
Okay. That gives you a hint of some of what goes on with the spirit box. Now, he does have an app that you can put on your phone called the Miracle Box that you can get in some of the app stores. You have to work with it to make a connection, to be able to connect with people on the other side. But you have to be really careful when you are trying to connect with people on the other side. And please let me reiterate, it's not a game. It's not a game. Please take it seriously when you're trying to do so and not make it a game. It's a very serious thing when you are trying to connect with people. And like Vintage said, or I believe it was Vintage said, you never know who you may be connecting with or if you are being fooled. It is a serious thing. You have to be a protection of yourself. Hello, Shadra. You have to be protection of yourself, your environment, your family, and be in a very respectful state of mind. Just period. Just do not do it as a game. Don't take it lightly. It's called the Miracle app. Miracle Box. Miracle Box. Hey, Shadra, it's called the Miracle Box. It's an app, and it isn't an easy app. It's not an easy app. You have to be in a good, clean, clear state of mind, connected in a meditative, almost spiritual state when you're using it. And if you're connected just in that right state of mind, then you'll be connected in a good place to be able to use it. Like Renee has a respectful state of mind with it. To use a spirit box is a tricky thing. Look, I know I have gifts. I'm always very respectful just when I use my own person to connect. It's rare that I have even ever attempted to use that app. And when I have been in a super heavy duty, clear state of mind, respectful state, not sick, not low energy, etc., etc., etc. I'm not even kidding with you. Because I want to be hyper aware of what I could be inviting. Just being honest with you. So please do not ever treat it like a game or go in there like, ooh, let's see what we can get to talk to us. Not even joking. I'm telling you about it. Hey, sweet sin. So if there is a loved one you want to connect with and your heart's really in it and you want to try, then this is a way that you can. But I'm also giving you the warning at the bottom of the package label. Because I would not feel right to not do that. Yes, like Paranormal says, don't use Ouija boards. There's just certain things you shouldn't do. But you are all grown adults and you're going to do what you are going to do anyway. I'm fascinated with what Steve Huff does. I think he's very respectful generally in what he does. He's done it for a very long time. He always goes in and out with prayer. He has had a very harsh experience where it sent him to the hospital with a heart attack when he was in very good health. When he checked out clean, he had an extraordinary bad experience with demons and learned his lesson. So he's very protective. I mean, if you go down through the videos down through the years, you will see he'll tell you all about it. It was rough and he almost quit. But it's October, and I am opening up, and we're talking about it all. And this is one of the things that exist out there, and I'm like a human spirit box, for lack of better. But this is a whole nother thing. And I am fascinated by what comes up, and I listen, but sometimes I can listen and I'll walk away and pray because it just runs all the way through you. Some of the sessions that you listen to. I mean, I'm aware that his house probably has a lot of spirits walking through it all the time. He has interviewed, I say interviewed, he has had murderers come through, Jeffrey Dahmer, etc., through the spirit box in one way or the other. Now, here are some you might want to listen to that aren't famous people on his spirit box. I'll let you listen to a brief one. Share screen. Chrome. Let's listen to this one.
Your dog can do
commercials,
things, but they can't sign up for pet insurance. Good thing you can. Meet Lemonade, the 21st century pet.
Sorry about that.
Did the unthinkable a few nights ago, which is not good. We can get through anything, Megan, believe that. We all have challenges in life, but we can get through them. And when we get through them, we become stronger for it. Christian Smith, can we connect for Megan tonight? She loves you so much and misses you. I miss her too. She says, I carry so much pain from his passing. Anything to say to Megan, Christian? Do you see her? Do you visit her? Christian Smith, do you have a message for Megan tonight? I know you're here. I know she's sad. Let me turn this up a little bit. But we both know sadness can be healed with time. What would you like to say to comfort her? Are you with God, Christian? Can you send some light to Megan from you to her? I'm feeling that light energy here. What would you like to say to Megan?
Okay, please understand, we notice he's throwing the words up because a lot of the times, like when you use a miracle box, it has an option on it to record the session because you will have to go back and listen to the session and oftentimes interpret what you are hearing. Because a lot of times you can hear better in the recording when you play it back than you can in the live session. Yes, you can hear better than you can in the live session. Without doing a session, I'll show you what the Miracle Box app looks like. This is the Miracle Box app, and it has a bank selector. So if someone from the other side was a female child, or let's say you lost an elderly male and you needed to pick a voice like that, for instance, you would hit record always. I don't remember exactly, but you would put it over to the wet dry. And I think the amount, I don't know if I'm doing it right. And I'm not doing a session now, okay? But just to keep it on the safe side of things. This is just a demonstration. I'm not doing a real one. That's a Miracle Box on your phone. I'm just showing you to hear what it sounds like, okay? So I would be doing something like, "Hi, this is Dana. Is there anyone on the other side?" I can't hear it. "I'm only open to powers of light and God. Can you speak to me?" "I'm sorry, only open to light." Are you with God now? Are you with God now? God be with you. I will talk later. Goodbye. it puts out, sometimes you have to try to understand what you're hearing at all. Hello, creatorist. You have to understand what you're hearing at all. Do you understand what I'm saying? Who was talking about black jade? Oh, it's Shelley. So that's kind of what it looks like. And if you're doing a true session and you've recorded it, you would sit back there with the recording, and much like him, he has to go through those recordings and try to translate what he has heard. What he has heard. And that's when he goes back and he translates, and he'll put what he thinks he has heard, unless it's very clear, on his screen so you can make it out better. Because if you were just to try to listen to most of what his sessions sound like, you probably would not completely understand what he's listening to. Right. When you are on the other side, if you don't give clear messages, like I saw where Gabby Petito's mom said they were behind a car and they saw a license plate that said GABZ or something like that, or GBZ, and she knew it was from Gabs. She knew it was a message from Gabby. Well, if you don't pay attention in your life to signs that are right in front of your face when you ask for them, people will poo-poo them when they're literally getting signs right in front of their face from their loved ones. Because it takes so much energy from the spirits of your loved ones when you're literally asking for signs and they're over on the other side going, well, I'm trying to give you signs and you're not paying attention. Just like that old adage about, the guy that's in the ocean drowning and he's looking for signs for God to save him. He wants God to save him. So a helicopter comes and he goes, no. I'm waiting for God. And a ship comes and it's like, no, I'm waiting for God. And then, a dolphin comes to save him. I'm waiting for God. And then he drowns. I'm trying to speed up the thing. And he gets to the other side and says, God, why didn't you save me? And God says, well, I sent a ship, a helicopter, and a dolphin to save you. And you sent them all away. So what do you want me to do? Our signs, our help comes in all different ways. And it's like we're expecting something that's coming in our specific way. When spirits are on the other side and people we have lost, their abilities are limited to specific things. And spirits, our loved ones, can manipulate energy the best. The best. So that energy comes through the form of radios, technology, lights. Sometimes it might be candlelight, the light on your desk, your television, your radio, your phone. They can manipulate energy the best. And we tend to ignore that. We want them jumping through hoops, sending the squad, sending the lottery. I told you, my son manipulates his toys where the batteries are dead because they're electronic items. He manipulates lights, the radio, when I get in my car, when certain songs are come on. They can manipulate occurrences to happen. We are energetic beings. So they can manipulate certain occurrences to happen. Sometimes through thoughts between two people. So why do we expect so much, right? Renee says, right, dear Dana, I've learned to pay attention, and man, the things at the bottom of my screen get in the way. I see signs all the time. And Santavia says, a lot of people come here and go to the White Lady's castle and hope to see her ghost. Okay, I don't know nothing about that. Oh, yes, thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share. Oh, thank you, Willow. Oh, clock out at work. It's a Saturday night. We are stubborn people when we are on earth and in this body. And we're like, oh, I want a sign from somebody. I want a sign. And they're going, hey, I'm doing everything but jumping on your head. I want to know how many of you have had signs or experience with spirits and ghosts. Adam is in the house. Hello, Adam Harris. How are you? We've been talking about ghost boxes. They're also called Frank's boxes and spirit boxes. Those are the three things they're called. Frank's boxes, spirit boxes, ghost boxes. You know, they used to have a movie about, well, they had a show not that long ago where the guy was able to talk to his daughter through, what was it? Was it a ham radio? But they had that same movie, you know, where the guy was able to talk to his dad from the past through the ham radio or the CB or whatever it was. But, you know, at some point, we'll realize that time is in a loop of some sort. I will drop the link in case anybody wants to come up, come down, come on, and talk about any of their experiences with ghost spirits, ghost boxes, anything. Yeah, I've heard plenty of my experiences. I would love to hear some of yours. Yes, humans are the ones that created time. We needed it to be able to run our lives. Arseny says, when my son was 3, there was a toy that had no batteries, and at 3 a.m. every night would make noise for 3 months. I want to know who in your life did not get to spend time with your son or is connected to that house. That is very interesting, Arseny. Who was in the movie White Noise? I've seen the show. I've seen the movie White Noise. I think I've seen that one, but I'm also talking about the one where, gosh, what's his name? He was married to Meg Ryan once upon a time. It's a different one, but I know what you're talking about, that White Noise. White Noise creeped me out a little bit when I first saw it. But I mean, he was even looking through the white noise of a television, listening to the white noise of a television, trying to communicate. No, not Michael Keaton. Wait a minute, I'll tell you. Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid. He was in a movie where his son accidentally connected with him when the lightning hit, and he was on this old ham radio or something. Your mother-in-law, when he started talking at 3.5, and he said to my wife the last words her mom said to her. Yep. So what you want to bet your mom or your wife's mom was the one in your son's room at that time cutting on the toys, Arseny, to spend time with her grandchild. Because I'm telling you, spirits and spiritual people have trouble with time. Doesn't mean we're always late, but we sure have trouble with time. Ugh, I am drinking that bubbly water. The bubbles go out quick. But I thought it's settling my stomach some. Hello, Pamela Bourgeois. I made the mistake of drinking regular milk today, which I don't do. I don't drink milk. And it hurt my stomach today. Stomach cramps. Wrong thing to do. I bet. So did you, Arseny, did you guys feel like it was your mother-in-law? Because I'm willing to bet it was. Who else wants to share their ghost story with me today? You are now in the parlor of Dear Dana's Haunted Mansion. We are talking about ghosts and spirit boxes. Ho 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 ho. We are talking about all things haunted. Sontavia says, when I worked at a factory, I kept hearing my great uncle call my name. Every time I looked, there were 2 girls there. Turns out they were planning on fighting me for some reason. Ooh, he warned you? And what did you do, Sontavia, when you saw those girls? Am I saying your name wrong? Is it Sontavia or Sontavia? I don't want to say it improperly. When you saw the 2 girls there, what did you do? When you visit the cemetery, that's a good question. I don't necessarily think that you are in harm's way, but oh, thank you, Willow. To be safe, there's no harm in going ahead and protecting yourself. I don't really feel you're in danger when you're in a cemetery, but better safe than sorry. Oh, 100% your mom. 100% Pam. Monica goes, Mwahahaha. No, I would be like, welcome to my chamber. Would you like some tea? Tonight we will be talking about more spirits and ghosts. Who has the next ghost story? Who would like to tell me about the next spirit in their life? It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing to have had some kind of experience. I am feeling. That is so crazy. They don't know why they're going to plan on trying to beat you up. It's a good thing you got friendly. It's like, oh, see that girl? Let's go beat her up. Why are you going to beat her up? I don't know. Sounds like something to do. Oh, Pam. It would make me cry too. You know, I feel like hear me scratching my shoulder. It's a good thing there's a block there. The afterlife has always been a fascination to everyone, spirits and ghosts and stuff. And I feel like it has more to do with we miss those we love, and we have so many questions about what happens. Adam says, I'm staying in our family home temporarily that I sold. Let me flip him up so everyone can see. I'm staying in our family home temporarily that I sold 6 months ago. My bathroom nightlight goes on several times during the day as well as night. There is a mirror on the bathroom door. So you sold it 6 months ago. So you sold it, but the people don't live there? It misses you. Aww. I do that too. I say, excuse me, and I feel funny. I always want to make sure that I walk on a place that is not on them. Adam, your home, or let me say it like this. A spirit of the home recognizes that you are there. It recognizes that you are there. Adam, can I ask you how old that home is? By any chance? Let's see what Marie says. I love all these stories. How did I? Okay. There's Marie. I gotta pull it up. Marie says, my first home I bought had a ghost. The first night I was there, my clock radio went off and it wasn't plugged in. And then she says, let's scroll down. The next day, my TV went off, on and off, and the next night my phone rang a funny ring at 5 a.m. It was the welcome wagon. It was the welcome wagon at your house. It's like, hello, darling. Welcome to your new home. Okay, didn't you write one more, Marie? Oh, is that it? I thought there was one more to the story. Oh, I do the same thing, Santavia. I try to be respectful and say, excuse me. I'll talk to him. Look, and talking about respectful, I saw this lady. I saw a video on it, and if I find it, I'll have to play it for you. And the reason she started it was a lady had seen an article about her, and I don't know why. Anyway, this lady found her and knew that she was close to a relative of hers that had died hundreds of years ago. That was like a great great aunt. And she said, I found her on my ancestors, yada, yada, yada. And I'm looking for her headstone. And I think it's close to you. And I can't seem to find a picture of it. And the only one I can see is it looks like it's all corroded over. If I paid you, would you mind going there to clean it? And this lady said, which that wasn't something she would normally do, but she said, sure, I'll go over there and clean it. Now, mind you, this thing looked like it had green barnacles on it from algae and ivy and stuff. So this lady went over there with a bucket and paint scrapers and toothbrushes and all that stuff. And she went to this couple 100-year-old tombstone, and she started scraping away and spraying stuff on it, taking a toothbrush, rubbing it off, and made it look as brand new. Of course, it's 200 years old. It's not going to look new, but made it look as brand new as she could, where you could read who it was, when they passed, what the loving note said, etc. And sometimes it'll say what they passed of. And she took a picture of it and sent it to the lady. And the woman who did it had such a feeling of service and love and history and accomplishment and just a feeling she couldn't explain, this connection. When I watched it, I got what the lady was saying. Like a very deep connection to spirit and history and love and family and a connection over time. Does that make sense? So now, and she said it was just like real calming and releasing and stuff. She will go, I think, a day, a weekend, or maybe a day or a weekend or whatever, and she will go around to cemeteries and look for the ones that are really old and overgrown, and especially children's, and clean them up and care for them and make them look as new as possible when it looks like someone hasn't been there forever. And I thought, that's really an admirable thing to do in some ways. I can see that, how touching that would be. Yeah, it touched my heart too in some unusual way I had never thought about. And I was almost, I know it sounds bizarre. Yes, I'm going to mention it for the month of October. I am. I know we raised money to do art for kids before for vintage. And I know this is a weird thing to put out there. But what if our community, for one day out of this month, went out to a graveyard, took our little buckets and a paint scraper and a toothbrush and cleaning stuff, and went out to a graveyard that had an old headstone, an old one, that looked like nobody had taken care of it and you couldn't read it or whatever, and cleaned it up for somebody? What if? Is that too macabre? What do you guys think? What if we did that? That was obviously not taken care of. It could be historical. I know we have historical ones out here, or some that it looks like maybe there's no family member anymore. I don't know, it just touched my heart so deeply when I saw the story and I saw what that lady did, and she's not even related remotely to that person. And I thought, somewhere there's a spirit watching. I don't know. Hey, Rosemary. I don't know. All of you think about it. Oh, it's understandable, Marie Crumbacher. But you know what? It's a domino effect. You might slip the idea to somebody that can. And they might tell somebody that can. You just never know. Right? It's about sharing thoughts. It's about sharing thoughts. It's about sharing thoughts. Sharing the idea with somebody that can. You never know. Or somebody might think it's weird and you might not want to share it. That's okay too. That is okay too. But, at first I thought, and I watched the whole thing and I thought, that really kind of touches me. That really kind of touches me. I would want somebody to do that for somebody I loved. Heck, if I was a spirit, would I care? Maybe I would care. Maybe it would touch me in spirit form that somebody cared enough to do that. Maybe it would matter. Yeah, I think they're peaceful too. Maybe somewhere they're watching and they care that we're trying to be good humans. Right? We're not in spirit form now, we're in human form. Yeah. Just a thought. You can let it marinate. It's just a thought for October. Since we're talking about supernatural things, there's nothing that says we can't do a good deed in October. Right? But how do you feel about we talk about our energy and other people's energy, but did you ever think about we're all functioning off of this energy thing? And everybody wants to go, oh man, that energy is like all that juju yah stuff. All these chicks and dudes that talk about, oh, my energy. But when it comes right down to it, that's what it's about. And if you didn't have energy, you wouldn't have computers and your lights and everything. You don't hear them fretting about it when it's about that. Lights, camera, action. People will come to realize, in the big scheme of things, it's more real than it is not. What? Marie Crumbacher. Ma'am, I found out a man died in my died in my bedroom 7 years earlier, and he was waiting for his wife. He died in your bedroom 7 years earlier, and he was waiting for his wife. When he died in your bedroom, he was waiting for his wife, or he was still waiting for his wife when you moved in? That is the question. Which one? He was still waiting for his wife when you moved in? Oh my goodness. Well, I know I've told y'all before. What I want to come to Australia one day. Yes, I do. It's on my bucket list. It is on my bucket list. I told him she had died and gone to the light. Oh, I see. That is exactly the right thing to do, Marie. Exactly the right thing to do. When we moved into this house, it is a 1955 house, okay? But the man that lived in it and added on to one end of the 1955 house to create extra bedrooms, and then he added on to the other end of the 1955 house to create a huge family room, and that family room is almost big enough to be a small house. So he pretty much added on an extra, I'm going to say, an extra 1,000 or more square feet to the house. And he made the house into because he added on a 3-car garage. So if you add on that, you probably added on an extra 2,000 square feet, including the garage. So it made the whole thing look like a big Z on this 1955 house. Okay? After he took out, this is how the story goes, took out many, many loans to do this, and it was years ago, his wife left him after she realized he took out so many loans, etc., etc. I'm sure there's more parts and pieces to the story. And he ultimately took his life. And, of course, the real estate people try to tell you, oh, it wasn't in the house. Yes, it was. Yes, it was, because this house has had hauntings. And it haunted my mama. She was trying to help me paint in this house. And she thought my dad was calling her, but my dad was outside. And I come walking in, and she goes, I just heard your dad say, get out or come on, Angela, or something. And I said, Mama, he's outside. And I've been outside. And she was, oh my God, your house is haunted. It said get out. I said, Johnny, it said get out. I said, Mama. She goes, your house is haunted. She still swears. And I'm sure, yeah, he's here. Or he was. I'm pretty sure I got rid of him. But, yeah, people do that and they get stuck where they are sometimes. But I haven't had a problem with him since. But she still swears he's here. I'm sorry for being over dramatic in my acting out to show you. But oh, Mom, I'm so still scared about that. Santivia says, oops, I gotta pull it up. I remember watching a video from a decade ago where the guitarist from Red Hot Chili Peppers was doing an interview and his eyes were darting around. He was seeing ghosts everywhere. Do you know where he was doing the interview? Where was the interview? Maybe I can catch it on the YouTubes. Who was it from Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist? Maybe I can see Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist sees ghost. I need to see this. Oh, he was an electrician, you're ghosty? When your alarm, Marie says, when my alarm went off, it scared me. He was an electrician, so I thought the battery caused it to go off. He said, no way. I want to see that, Sea Cruise. Hey, Sea Cruise. I need to see that. He would be concerned you were high. I need to see that interview. I want to hear about the ghosts and demons he was seeing. Oh, that was your stepfather, Marie? Oh, I have to tell y'all. I was on Zoom with a client yesterday. This maybe, I don't know what you could call it. In my house, nobody's surprised anymore. But I lit a candle in here, and it wasn't a reading. This was just a normal therapy thing online. But I had lit a candle, and I was going to blow it out and take it back into the family room. And I told myself, why did I blow out the candle? I'm just going to light it back up to put in front of my son's picture. And as soon as I thought that, do you know that candle relit? I kid you not. And I'm sitting there surprised that the candle relit and going, why am I even surprised that it relit? But I still get surprised by things. And I tell my daughter, she's not even surprised. I said, why are you not even shocked anymore? She said, well, I do live with you in this house. Hello, Red Lipstick Hustler. How are you? I'm so happy you're here. Oh, yes, please like, share, subscribe. It does help the channel to grow, people to come into our community, and the algorithm to pick up on this channel. So it shows it to more people. It does. There's this whole system in the YouTube thing where if you like, share, or subscribe, or even like and subscribe, it throws it out to where more people see it. Or even if you comment below, it's a whole system they have. So it's a thing. It's a thing. So I appreciate all of you when you do it. I do. It's so complicated. If you think you have a YouTube channel, you're just going to put out content and it will do a thing. No, that's not how it works. It's not. And some of you that came in late, I introduced him, and some of you might already know about the ghost boxes. And I was showing them just about Steve Huff in the beginning, where he talks to people, a lot of stars from the other side, but he connects people from the other side. But he has to interpret a lot of it, play it back. Okay, what am I missing about Robin Johnson? Oh no. Okay, let me see this. Please, if I ever skip something and I don't see it, repost it. If you think I haven't seen your message, I will not be insulted if you copy paste it again for me to see it. My brother committed suicide 25 years ago today. When I went to community laundry room this morning, the dryer started when I was putting my laundry in the washer. I opened the dryer and it was empty. I am so very sorry about your brother, Robin. Yeah, and that could be a sign of him letting you know, hey, I'm still here. I know you're thinking about me. What do you mean you should have been prepared? Ghost versus spirit versus ghost. Who will win this match today? I especially believe siblings always look after each other. Always. I know, it doesn't seem like 1996 was that long ago. Hard to think about it that way. When I went to use the dryer, I did need to use a debit card. There's always that connection, Robin. I think about my daughter. I mean, it's hard to lose my son, but I think about my daughter's connection to her brother, and I listen closely when I hear about your experience with your brother because I want to feel my daughter's experience with her brother. Yeah, I know you're a ghost fan, Willow. Can you imagine? You know, I always think about movies about where it's a ghost world and we're just in it, where it's really their world and we're interrupting. We're getting in their way, where we're being rude in their world, where we can't see what's going on and we're just like a nuisance to them. I could see that. Those humans. Oh, when will they learn? They're just here for school. They're not as evolved as we are. I mean, I've been watching this. I know it sounds terrible when I say this. Yes, it was, Robin. That's lovely, Marie. I'm almost embarrassed to say that I have been watching this show, iZombie, lately. I looked at that on Netflix and looked at it and looked at it and ignored it forever. Because I usually don't like zombie shows. And one day, just out of curiosity, I just hit the button and thought, I'm bored. I'll just watch. Okay, it's like a series. I'll watch one episode of it. And then I've been watching it. iZombie. Because it had some intelligence to it. She was a doctor that her fiance said, "Oh, you've been working." Well, she was in medical school. "You've been working so hard. You've been invited to this party. Go ahead and go to the party." And all of a sudden, she gets infected with a zombie virus. So she can't finish medical school. And she has to work in the, well, we won't ruin it, but she has to work in the morgue. And she's fighting crime. I mean, it's almost like, anyway, I won't go into it, but I became interested in that crazy show. It's not like, all those other zombie shows. So if you haven't checked it out, check out iZombie. It's entirely different than what you would think it would be. Entirely different. For Halloween on Netflix. Has anyone seen it? Trust me, I ignored it like the plague when I saw it as a listing on Netflix. What is your October guilty pleasure? Some people dislike October because it's Halloween, and some people just don't like fall. But honestly, I'm sort of glad it's fall. And for those that came late, I told a story about a lady that goes and cleans a couple of 100-year-old headstones that people don't take care of anymore. Just does it out of kindness because it makes her feel connected and it's peaceful and it's just a nice thing to do. So we may do that as a community, just at least one, just as an October thing to do. What's up, dear Dana people and my baby Monica? One choice at a time with Michael. Hello, Michael. How are you? I was just reading his comment. We are talking tonight. We've been talking about the spirit box and ghosts versus spirits. And I told him a story about a lady that just did a favor and took a 200-year-old headstone and went out there and took a paint scraper and everything and cleared off the barnacles from a couple hundred years ago and did it as a favor for a lady where you could read it from a couple hundred years ago. And we were talking about doing it just for an October thing. Go clean one. Whenever I see one choice at a time, I hear that old song, one day at a time. Dun, 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 dun. Well, now they're doing the remake, right? So what's shaking, bacon? Who else has a haunted story they would like to share? Yes, it's nice to see a husband-wife team on here. Some people have been seeing shadow people. Some people see spirits. Some people see ghosts. Yeah, that's true, Michael. He says they used to explore old houses as children, and you could feel the spirits in them. That is a good point. To walk through, hey, a blobby, really old houses, and they literally feel different. when you walk through them. That's true. The energy feels really different when you walk through an old house than when you walk through a new house. Look at a blobby calling people what? And when you walk through they have a ghost tour here where I live. 100% one choice at a time with Michael. From birth to 5 years old, kids are highly psychic. Kids are highly psychic from birth to 5. Oftentimes, they can keep those abilities if they do not get taught out, especially females. But yes, kids, especially little kids, have the ability to communicate with spirits just naturally. Under 5, they naturally see them. Because they haven't been indoctrinated that it's not possible, or people think it's not possible. They just think it's a natural thing to do. That's why you'll see kids look at things or talk about things. And oftentimes, let me tell you this, when kids talk about their invisible friends, let me tell you a little secret. When little kids talk about the friends that you can't see and they're small, and you think they're pretend friends, they're spirits. They're not their pretend friends. They're spirits. When parents think they're their invisible friends, they're pretend friends. Nope. They're spirits. Renee Rod says, yes, true. Oh, Lord. I love old houses so much. Love them. She says, yes, I lived in an 1880 Victorian house for 15 years. The house was very haunted. Renee, how could you give that house up, Lord? And how haunted was it? Now, again, some houses are haunted. Animals, yes, animals see them very easily. And I will catch when my dogs, Renee goes very, when my dogs, especially my puppy, the 7-month-old, who has not met my son, the ones that know my son aren't phased. The puppy who has not met my son will do this and go, respond. But yeah, animals easily respond to spirits and ghosts and stuff, and you can see them checking out a room and looking around and following. And babies and little ones babies and especially little ones will jabber and carry on and do all this stuff in their room like somebody's there, and you can video them and see them carrying on with them. And in fact, it's your cat. I grew up in a 200-plus-year-old farmhouse, and it had so much activity. I love the feeling of old houses. Yeah, what I was going to say, they do the ghost walk here in a lot of the old mansions and some of the Victorian houses. And I can, well, of course, I can see some of them, but I can feel the difference in the rooms about where the activity is going on, the pressure. You can feel it. You can just feel it. And people that can't necessarily feel it right away, I mean, your hair will prick up. And I believe men feel more than they want to admit. Most men do. Yeah. and cats, but cats act like they're Billy Bad when they see things. They're like, Marie said she babysat in a home that had a bad or evil presence. It left me alone, but I was scared. Ooh, I've had those feelings in places that I could not wait to get out of. And just remember, too, some homes, especially old homes, will have those residual hauntings, which aren't really hauntings, so to speak. It's just where the house itself has recorded the energy. The energy has recorded itself in the home. And those, you'll recognize those because it will be the same sound or the same action going on repeat, like on repeat. You'll hear the same thing night after night, like on repeat. That's like a residual haunting. It won't be a new thing or a new sound or a new incident. That's when it's a haunting. When it's on repeat, night after night or day after day, or it's the same sound that you hear all the time. Yeah. Oh, shoot. I'm big screened without the message. The hospital I got to, I feel bad energy at time. What? Okay, maybe I read it wrong. Oh, Danny, you need your glasses. The hospital I go to, I feel bad energy at times. You will feel you'll feel energy in hospitals, period, because so many people don't make it in hospitals. When I worked in the hospital, there were certain areas of the hospital that you definitely could feel the energy change. Definitely. I mean, think about how many people don't make it in a hospital. And then if you go to another part of some hospitals, you will have you'll have the mental health ward, which is fine, but then you'll have the heavy duty psych ward, where people really are struggling. The heavy duty psych ward, or where a lot of the dangerous patients will be. We're not talking about regular mental health. We're talking about heavy duty dangerous, and a lot of times, we're talking about dangerous. Okay. Marie says, at night, I would never go into that part of the house. I felt an angry old man. How many of you have ever encountered an energy or a ghost or something, like Marie says, that it felt angry and it scared you? I know when a lot of times when we're little kids, we might encounter energy like that, where it scares us. Ooh, when I was little, not even just little, younger, I would love to watch horror movies because I wanted to know I was brave enough that the light worker in me would know how to deal with evil. Or maybe because I didn't know what a light worker was then, but that I felt like I was able to be brave enough, or feel like maybe I was arming myself with how to handle evil or know what to do when I encounter evil. I don't know, but I felt like I was trying to prepare myself somehow, I guess. That's more what it felt like, because, it was almost not an obsession, but it was like I needed to know, if that made sense. Paranormal said the morgue is the one that has bad energy when I pass. Yeah, but everyone that passes away in the morgue is not bad. So it probably makes you feel funny because there could be some bad ones down there. But you probably also know that the people have passed away, or maybe they passed away traumatically, or it's because they passed away in the hospital, or they passed away and they were sick. So I could see that. Renee says, yes, as a kid, I would be scared to open my eyes at night for fear I'd see the monster under the bed. I got you, and girl, let me tell you, sometimes if I saw a vampire movie or something, or it was really scary, I would put that cover all the way up to here. Don't know why I did, thinking it would keep me safe. I would be sweating balls. Sorry, that wasn't nice to say. I would be sweating to death. That's not even good to say. I don't know why I thought it would keep me safe. It was not going to keep me safe. Not even this was going to keep me safe. Going under the bed might have been safer. Maybe going up under the wood under the bed might have kept me safer. Like a bat, maybe. I can remember just crawling under the bed sometimes to hide. And sometimes it would be low. You know, sometimes the beds would be low to the floor. I'd crawl under that bed, hide. Paranormal Witch says, at Dear Dana, I always want to be a paranormal advisor. Does that sound crazy to you? Not if that's what you love and it makes the money to survive. Go do you, boo. If you can go find a job doing that and it makes you money, makes you happy. Shelley says she used to sit on her hands watching scary movies. I used to yell at the screen watching scary movies. Are you stupid? Why are you falling again? Why are you falling? Why's a girl always got to fall? Why are you hooking up with him? He's dumb as dirt. And why they always got to make a girl fall on the horror movie? I don't understand that. Watch it. She's gonna fall. So Freddy Krueger's gonna get her in her dream. So here comes Michael. Why do houses attics are especially creepy? Wait, let me pull it up. Abandoned homes in Santa Barbara, California, and Ventura is full of old Victorian homes, creaking floors. Why do houses attics are especially creepy? Why do houses attics? Oh, the attics of the homes. Are you talking about the attics of the homes? The Victorian homes had the huge attics that you could almost make another place you could rent out to somebody with high ceilings and all that stuff. But, you know, in the movies, they're always hiding bodies up there. And they're dusty and creaky. Yeah, but those were cool attics with the windows and stuff, but it didn't look like there was much ventilation. But, I mean, you think about all the attics that you see in TVs in the Victorian homes. They're huge. I mean, they look like they would be beautiful fixed up. And I think, look, they should save all the Victorian homes. I'm sorry. They should save all of them because they are such a part of history. It would break my heart if none of them existed going into the future. Oh, yeah, that sounds scary, Willow. Ray says, I can't 64 watch scary movie. Never could. I was scared to death. Monica says, as a kid, I stole garlic from the fridge and hid it under my bed because I was so scared of vampires. I used to have a reoccurring dream about vampires as a kid. Well, look, when I was a kid, there was no sexy vampire movie as a kid that I can recall. We didn't have team this and team that when I was a kid for vampire movies like they do now. Seriously, they built homes better back in the Victorian era than they do now. They do not, in my opinion, they do not build homes to last now. They do not build homes to last now. They build homes to fall apart, so people have to buy new ones again and again. Thank you so much, Michael. I sure do appreciate it. Thank you for coming by. Thank you, thank you. I always appreciate support. Thank you. Oh, enjoy your company. Thank you. And it's almost 9:30 here. I'm loving hearing all these ghost stories. Well, sort of ghost stories. I just have people that don't want to pop up on my channel with me. But I love that you're interacting and sharing stories that I can pop up on the screen, though. Yes. But as usual, I love hearing your stories. I love that you're sharing. Oh, and I believe it was Monica that made the suggestion of me doing a guided meditation for healing, and I plan to download one of those this week for everyone. Yes. I don't see Shelly's wrench. I don't know why I don't see it on this computer. Shelly, is your wrench there? It's like I can see some things on one laptop and I can't see it on another one. I don't see Willow's either. But anywho, for those that were not aware, oh yeah, hallelujah to Brittany, by the way, that has getting closer to being free. They did what they did so they can go after her schemy dad. I don't even want to call him a dad. So they can go after him for doing all the bad things he's done. And we're still on the hunt for Gabby Petito's, I don't even want to call him a boyfriend, but I'm ready for him to be caught if he is still in existence. Well, you have a good night, Mr. Adam Harris. And if any of you have any more Halloween, October ideas, let's do it. I'm still on my daughter about doing the live ghost hunt, the live and about live on video ghost hunt. I want to take her to the lake because we've got that city under the lake here. And people, as much as I hate to say it, people end up dying for no reason in this lake every single year, and they call it the Haunted Lake. There's a huge story behind it, and I think that next Saturday we're going to go through that whole story behind this haunted lake. The whole city is under this lake. The whole city is under, not the whole city, but a whole city is under Lake Lanier in Georgia that spans for miles. And we're talking about city, we're talking about banks, stores, people, families, forests, the whole shebang. There's this whole sordid story behind it. So they say there's a whole bunch of ghosts around and under the lake that pull people under as well and take them with them. And some people are terrified. And it's also where they had the rowing Olympics here in Atlanta in 1996. But anyway, it seems like people are starting to dwindle down as the show is slowly coming to a roll. Yeah, it's very scary. And we've had a lot of eerie, unusual deaths in the lake. So, I mean, it's beautiful, and people still, it was not meant for doing family type boating and all that kind of stuff on here, but people do it. It was not why it was built. Hello, Miss Renee, I know you are. It's not why it was built. But there are so many creepy things attached to it. It's got a dark history. My daughter's nervous to go around the lake ghost hunting after dark. And I'm close enough, I could walk across the street to the lake, and you can hear people on the lake, because look, this lake spans. You can hear people. It was built to send for water for Atlanta. This lake spans forever, and you can hear people on the lake at night, in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. I know, we'll probably be yelling like girls. Ah! But anyway, I think we've about chatted out this show, and the ghost stories are slowing down here. But I appreciate all of you joining me on Dear Dana tonight. And I appreciated all of you last week as well at my haphazard unpacking of the first box. Yes, they do carry over the water. Creepy. And let me know what you think about the ideas of cleaning off a headstone for October. I know that sounds weird. Coming out of my mouth after the fact, it does sound weird. You just don't know. It's so happy. I am so happy to be building this community with all of you. And like I said, your vibe does attract your tribe. I'm all up for your comments. And as we hit 500, we will have our own community tab, which will be awesome. will make me so happy because we can have chats with each other all the time and throw around ideas, and I can listen out for more things you'd like to know more about and more psychological things too. Remember, this is for social commentary, psychological, spiritual, etc. Not just for me to be all professory and stuff. See, I'm rolling all over my tongue tonight like a bad lawnmower. Like a bad lawnmower with no motor. But I do love and appreciate all of you so very much. Thank you to my mods, to Paranormal Witch Willow, and to Sheila. Two beautiful ladies. Don't know what I'd do without you. Thank you all for all of your involvement and your stories. I loved hearing them so much. Just warms my heart to hear about you and your stories and your lives. And I shall see all of you on Wednesday. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you for coming to Dear Dana. Again, please like, see, I'm getting tongue-tied. Here we go, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe. There, I spit it out. I know when my tongue starts, it's about time to go, Dana. Because I sound drunk, and I am not, I promise you. But anyway, have a lovely one, everyone. And I will see you next time. And here we go. Bye, everybody. Dun, dun, dun. Here it is. Bye.